Hello everyone, this is Prem, legal intern at Lexis and Company, and currently pursuing DLLB honors from Central University of South Bihar. And in today's session, I am going to describe the framing of our Indian Constitution. The whole topic is being covered in two parts. In the first part, I am going to describe, just give a brief information about the framing and Constituent Assembly, and further then in the second video, I will be dealing with the objective resolutions which were passed and adopted by the Constituent Assembly. So, let us just start from a brief introduction. The Constitution, yeah. The Constitution of India is the rule book for the democratic government in India. It came into force on 26 January 1950, we all know, and it is still considered one of the biggest milestones in the history of our country. So, framing of our constitution was never an easy task, but it was especially hard for India given the extremely confused situation at the time where a newly independent country with highly unequal social order was a challenge to deal with, especially when it was reeling from the effects of partition. The Constitution of India was framed by the Constituent Assembly under the Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946, where the Constituent Assembly consists of 299 members, and they were termed as the founding father or mother of the Republic of India. Certain members of the Constituent Assembly played a vital role. The foremost role was of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of the drafting committee and also known as the father of Indian Constitution. Other Congress members like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Maulana Azad, and others have a dominant voice in the assembly proceedings also. So the first sitting of the Constituent Assembly was held on 9 December 1946, and it reassembled on 14th August 1947 as a sovereign constituent assembly for the Dominion of India. So, for making the constitution, various committees were made, like the Union Constitution Committee, the Union Power Committee, the Committee on Fundamental Rights, and others. Basically, these three were the most important here. By the general discussion on the report of these committees, the General Assembly appointed a drafting committee on 29th August 1947 under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar sir. Then the Constituent Assembly next met in November 1948 to consider the provisions of draft clause by clause, and after several sessions the consideration of clause or second reading was completed on 17th October 1949. Then it again sat on 14th November 1949, and on this date the constitutional draft received the signature of the President of the Assembly sorry, and was declared as passed, and the provisions related to citizenship, temporary and transitional provisions were given immediate effect. The rest of the constitutional provision came into force on 26th of January 1950, and this date is also referred as the date of commencement, even if some parts were commenced early. So now let us see about the Constituent Assembly. It is the first historical session of the Constituent Assembly held in the meeting on 19th December 1946 under the chairmanship of Dr. Suchidananda Sinha. Yeah, Dr. Suchidananda Sinha. On 11th December, the Assembly elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as its permanent president. There were all eminent leaders in the Constituent Assembly, though it was constituted of 296 members. Only 210 members attended the first session of the Constituent Assembly. At the time of establishment, the Constituent Assembly was not a sovereign body. So it stood organized on the basis of the Cabinet Mission Plan. Earlier, the Assembly power was derived from the sovereign authority of British Parliament. Here, some of the members believed that the Assembly was not a sovereign body, but according to Nehru and Sardar Patel, it was a sovereign body. So, the Assembly resolved this issue by adopting the assembly should not be dissolved except by resolutions assented to by at least two-thirds of the whole members of the assembly. And once it was constituted, it could not be dissolved even by Britain. And on the independence of the country on 15th August 1947, Constituent Assembly also became a sovereign body till inauguration of Constitution of India. During the drafting of Constitution, it acted in a dual capacity. As a, as a Constituent Assembly, it engaged in the making of Indian Constitution, and as a Parliament of India, it remained involved in the legislation for the whole India, where Jawaharlal Nehru introduced the objectives resolutions on 13 December 1946. After the full discussion and debate, the Constituent Assembly passed the objective resolution on 22nd January 1947, where it clearly laid down the ideological foundations and the value of Indian Constitution. Yeah. So now, in the next video, we will see about the objective resolution passed and adopted by the Constituent Assembly. That's all for now. Let's meet in the other video. Please do like, subscribe the channel. Thank you for